Hey, how's it going YouTube? I'm back in the video, and today I'm talking about why Kemba Walker needs to leave the Charlotte Hornets. Now, Kemba Walker is usually one of those free agents that have always been on the trade block and during the trade deadline, and have always been rumored to be leaving the Hornets, but due to his extreme loyalty and him always wanting to be loyal to the team that drafted him, there's all those rumors almost never come into fruition, and there's usually never any backing behind them. But now this year, now that he's a free agent, there is legit big rumors linking him to teams like Dallas, New York, and a lot of other teams, saying that he might be leaving the Charlotte Hornets. So I'm going to be getting into 3 reasons why I think he needs to leave the Charlotte Hornets in this video. So if you like the video, like button, and subscribe button, it would mean the absolute world to me. Without further ado, without rambling on too much, let's get right into this video. Alright, so for our first reason in this video is going to be that he does not get the recognition he deserves as long as he stays in Charlotte, and he's pretty much wasting his career there, as, I mean, despite him being one of the top point guards since he was drafted, as he averaged over 20 points per game every year except his rookie year, this dude has been a beast pretty much since the second he touched the league, but unfortunately for him, he doesn't really get the recognition that he deserves for a scorer and being a point guard in general, just because how bad Charlotte has been over the few years. He's only made the playoffs once, and due to just how bad Charlotte is, people really don't look at Kemba Walker as an elite, as like the elite upper echelon of the league, and they probably look at him more of a B player instead of an A player, which he is definitely an A player. I mean, someone that's averaged 20 points per game for as long as he is, as good of a scorer as he is. I mean, the dude's an absolute beast and extremely, extremely underrated, in my opinion. So, I mean, despite them not having much success, Kemba Walker has been one of the only bright spots for the Charlotte Hornets for the past few years now. And, I mean, Kemba Walker is really just wasting his career and not getting the respect that he deserves, all because Charlotte Hornets does not have the competence, or Michael Jordan is just not good enough of a GM to build a team around him, draft a team, and build a team around him. And he has had very, very little talent, as probably the second best player he's ever played with in his career is Nicholas Batum, and that is a problem if you don't know. So, I mean, really, he's just wasting his career there, not getting the respect he deserves, and if he did go somewhere else and they start winning, the second he gets there, I'm sure that he'll be getting a lot more respect and will definitely be looked at as that upper echelon in the league in the point guards. And with him getting older, like I think he's going to be, what, 29, 28, something like that going into this free agency and his next contract. So this next contract's going to be his last contract really in his prime, and he has to make the most of it if he really wants to get the respect that he truthfully deserves. But now my second reason is going to be that he could turn a very good teams into contenders, or not even very good teams, but he could turn like mediocre teams into legit finals contenders, as just like teams like the Lakers, the Milwaukee Bucks, New Orleans Pelicans, the Wizards, and some other ones just like that. They could make them into absolute contenders, as I mean, just look, if you went to the Lakers, now you'd be adding another star around LeBron, which LeBron desperately needs, but you'd also be adding much needed shooting around LeBron, as LeBron plays best when he has knockdown shooters, and Kemba Walker is one of the best three-point shooting guards in the entire league. So with that being added, it's going to help LeBron out a ton, and they will definitely become finals contenders, especially if Kevin Durant leaves the Golden State Warriors, because now the Lakers will have someone that can actually guard Steph Curry, and LeBron James won't have to do everything on offense, and they will be getting the star that he wanted. If he went to the New Orleans Pelicans, for example, now you have Anthony Davis, Zion Williamson, Kemba Walker, maybe Julius Randle if he opts in, and some other Drew Holiday, some very, very good pieces around him. So, I mean, the Pelicans could definitely be contenders, as they would have one of the best backcourts in the entire league, as Drew Holiday is a top 5 defensive shooting guard, and Kemba Walker is probably a top 10, top 8 offensive point guard in the entire league. Then Anthony Davis is probably a top 5 player in the league in general. Zion Williams could potentially be a future superstar, and then they could probably add some veterans around them as well. So, I mean, when you see all of that, the Pelicans could definitely be contenders, and then the Milwaukee Bucks, I think, would benefit the most from Kemba Walker, as Eric Bledsoe is the weakest link on the starting lineup, which is a very good problem to have. When Eric Bledsoe is your worst link is a very good thing, as Eric Bledsoe averaged 16 points per game this year, so he's a very, very solid veteran point guard, and up until this year, he was probably an all-star level point guard. But if you add Kemba Walker, now you have Chris Middleton, Malcolm Brogdon, and Kemba Walker. That would be one of the most lethal perimeter offensive units in the entire league, and it would help Giannis so much, as we saw Giannis got absolutely exposed in the Eastern Conference Finals by Kawhi and the Toronto Raptors defense, because they just let Malcolm Brogdon and Chris Middleton, they let them shoot, and they just didn't let Giannis get any points whatsoever, because they were just clogging the lane, and Giannis can't shoot that good. But if Kemba Walker now, you add him, now instead of Eric Bledsoe having because Eric Bledsoe had a horrible shooting playoffs, he had shot very low percentages, but now you add Kemba Walker, instead of Eric Bledsoe. Kemba Walker is one of the most dead-eye shooters in the entire league. Plus, you add Malcolm Brogdon and Chris Middleton around that, and then now that opens up the floor for Giannis. The Milwaukee Bucks could probably win the NBA Finals if you added Kemba Walker to that team. Now, they might have salary cap issues in doing that, but I'm sure they could trade away some bad contracts in order to add that. But now my third reason is going to be that he wants to win, but he literally cannot do that with Charlotte. As the reason I say they cannot, because obviously Charlotte might get lucky and draft someone good. But I refuse to believe, after all the busts that they have drafted, that they are going to add any talent whatsoever around Kemba Walker. And it's so tragic to see it. As I mean, look, they hit a home run. You draft Kemba Walker in the first round. That is a home run. But since then, you have drafted complete and utter trash. Like, I mean, just bust after bust after bust. And free agency, that's not really their fault, but it kind of is, because they're bad, because they can't draft anyone, plus they're a small market. So why would you want to go to Charlotte? Literally nobody wants to go to Charlotte, because they're so bad, and you can't build through the draft because you literally suck so bad at drafting. So I mean, really, just with how incompetent the front office is, I think Kemba Walker is wasting his career with Charlotte. I think he's not going to be able to win, and he could legit be contending for finals if he leaves the Charlotte Hornets. But unfortunately, guys, in the video, so comment below. Do you agree with me? Do you think Kemba Walker could potentially be leaving Charlotte? I do think he's leaving the Hornets. Do you want him to leave the Hornets? Do you think he could turn teams into contenders? On your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you did like, even put a like button, subscribe button. And I didn't want to say this before the beginning of the video, but I'm going to say it now because I didn't want to make the beginning of the video depressing. The whole mood would be depressing. But if you are still listening, I just asked because one of we were close last year, like really close, but then I switched high schools. But we are still friends. My friend named Reese, he just passed away because he got in a car accident, fractured his skull, went brain dead, and he's just dead. Like he died in the car wreck. So I just ask for your prayers and your condolences to the family. Pray that his family will be okay, and just pray that he is in a better place now, and that the guardian angel just watching over his family and everything. I just asked y'all to pray for them, and that would mean the absolute world to me. But yeah, like I said, if you'd like to point like button and subscribe button, but please just pray for his family and everything. If you are watching right now, it'd mean the absolute world to me. And hope you have a blessed day. Could have a blessed day, so you need to have a blessed day. See you in the next video. Goodbye, boo, blah, blah.